I don't know what the deal is. Anyhow, I'm sitting here, tired, need to sleep, need to finish stuff for work, need to get up early, need to get back to working out. Again. Um, so I've been trying this thing where I'm actually trying to eat within my calorie budget. I've been doing really well, except for the weekend. Um, Had a bit of a bingey wingy on the weekend. A bit. It's quite the binge. That's what happens. Fuck off on the weekends. It's the problem. The weekends are the problem. But the bigger problem is the days, the weekdays. That's the big problem. That's the stuff that I can control the best. And I've been actually doing pretty good for a week and 2 days. Today was over where I wanted to be, but still below my basal, so I'm fine technically. It's just not on that downward that I should be. But I'm sitting here and I'm fucking think I'm hungry, but I'm not. And I'm like, I'm just like I want to eat, but I don't need to eat. But like, it sounds like it'd be really good to eat something. There's like chips. There's chips in the cupboard. There's never chips in the cupboard. There's chips in the cupboard. There's cans of garbanzo beans. So they like crack a can of garbanzo beans and put some seasoning in there, and you have like all fucking calorie protein bombs, garbanzo beans. And some people would say, wow, you really picked a fucking junk food there with garbanzo beans. And I'd say, yeah, I know, right? It's crazy because it's just fucking garbanzo beans. But like, to me, it sounds delicious. And there's a lot of calories in those garbanzo beans because I'm going to eat a whole can of them. So that's what I do. And that's my fucking problem. One of my problems. That's my main problem, actually. That's the problem I have had my entire life. Is the fucking... It sounds really good and I'd eat it. I used to eat sleeves of Ritz crackers dipped in ketchup or salad dressing, or trying to think, there was another thing where I would typically dip them in. Oh, I would make this thing. So some things that my parents would always have on hand would be salsa from Aldi's, and sour cream or cheese sauce, like cheese nacho cheese sauce from Aldi too. Sleeves of Ritz crackers, stuff like that. They have a bunch of shit, but like those would be things. And I would my binging that I would do at my parents' house would be like fucking sleeve of Ritz crackers, use that and dip that in like salsa and cheese mix, or I would get just a bunch of canned vegetables, and you just eat a ton of canned vegetables, which isn't a bad idea necessarily, but you don't need it when you already ate a bunch of food. But that was my thing. That's the thing. The thing about binging is like it's always a secret, but it's not a secret. You're not really secreting anything. You're not hiding anything. It's not keeping anything in anybody, because all you're doing is doing it to yourself. So like, but there's always this allure to sneaking food or to binging, because you're like, no one else is seeing you do it, and you're getting away with something. But you're not getting away with anything, but you think you're getting away with something. You're also doing something bad. So like, there's this like, ooh, I'm doing a bad thing kind of thing, and it's fucking gross and annoying and detrimental to your fucking health, obviously. Hello. But it's a struggle. That is the thing I struggle with. So like, when I say like I know what I need to do to lose weight, because I do, and I'm now seeing it again, that like even with a shit binge this weekend, I'm coming out of that weekend on Tuesday morning when I weighed myself lower than I've been, or as low as I was 4 weeks ago, and lower than I've been a bit recently. And there's a trend now I can see if I follow this, and I just need to continue to remember that the goal isn't the short-term satisfaction of shoving some salty, fatty, or even just flavored in my mouth when I don't need to. It's the goal is let's fucking get down to our weight that we want to be at because we want to live. I am 41 years old. I've been morbidly obese my entire, not my entire life, but my entire adult life. Like, I look at my driver's license says I weigh 370 pounds. I'm 5'11", which is probably wrong. I have blue eyes and brown hair. So, fat weight has been on my driver's license since I was 16. That was what I said I weighed then. I may have weighed more. I don't know. I have been 300 pounds since middle school. I got up to 420 pounds at one point in my early 20s, like 21. And that's about as heavy as I got. Well, actually, I may have gotten heavier than that. Now that I think about it. Yeah, almost definitely got heavier than that because it was probably like 430. Either way, I was big, objectively heavier than I am now. I have maintained I've been kind of bouncing around 350 forever. At my lowest, when I took losing weight seriously, I got down to 300 pounds, and I felt amazing, and I think I looked amazing compared to what I'd been. Then I got married, and then I gained weight. Not blaming the marriage on that, just saying. I got married, moved up north, I started drinking more, because I had to hide my drinking. That's a whole thing. And again, not excusing it, but that's what happened. Hid my drinking, did my binging, was left to my own devices when I did that. Drinking consumption increased, calories increased, eating out increased, general poor eating increased or got worse. Yeah, it wasn't great, not good. And then I ballooned back up to like 350, 360, bounced around back there, still was working out, went to the gym, still lift weights, still all that stuff. Just continuously kind of gained weight over the course of the year, and I kind of maintained. Been maintaining since like 2015, 14, 2015. Yeah, and I've been kind of sitting around there. I've gotten lower. I got down to like 330. This is what's really depressing is I was down to like 335 in like April. Might have been April of last year. It's I can check my records, but I'm pretty sure it was around that time. Which was the lowest I've been in a very long time. And I started gaining weight. Excuse me. And I couldn't realize why. I'm like, and it's the same cycle that I go through every time. I start to gain weight, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm gaining weight. I don't know what I'm. Oh. Sorry, this is. I don't think it's gonna get better, but let's see. I start to gain weight, and then I'm like, oh no, I can't stop it. It just keeps happening. But I'm also continuously making choices that allow it to continue to happen. But in my head, it doesn't matter. In my head, all I'm thinking is that, oh God, I can't stop this. I can't control this. I can't make it go away. I'm doomed now. I'm just going to continue to gain weight. And I know this happens, and I know this is what goes through my head. And I know that I've done this before, and it's like the way I've been operating, which is a struggle that I've had for my entire life, adult life. But yet still, even knowing that, I can't stop it. It keeps on happening because I've let it fester, and I believe it's irreversible. I can't do it. I can't fix it. And it's just gone. So that started happening last year, and just kind of got worse and worse and worse. And here I am at my highest recently was 382. Gained like 30 pounds. 20 pounds since I moved, which is crazy. But again, another thing that I can look at is the choices that I make. Like, if I follow strictly not having like rice, or actually rice is a great example. Rice is a thing where I enjoy rice, but it does nothing for you necessarily. It's literally just filler. Um, and it's not helpful, but you can make a lot of damage, create a lot of damage quickly with a very small amount of rice. Same thing with noodles. I fucking love pasta. I don't have pasta in the house because pasta is fucking dangerous for me. Because if I have pasta, I'm going to eat all the pasta, and then there's all those calories in the pasta. Same thing with having beer in the house. There's beer in the house, but I haven't been just drinking it. Like, I had a bad weekend. It was a good weekend, but it was a bad weekend. And I did have alcohol involved, but it was a controlled situation, and I don't drink during the week. Doesn't mean I should be fucking drinking 3 days on the weekend, because Friday doesn't count as a weekday. That is not the case, but the point is, like, I'm not drinking throughout the week, which is something that I thought I wouldn't be able to do, because I feel that if there is stuff in the house that's bad for me, I'm gonna consume it. So, but yeah, so if I have these bad choices, if I have rice in the house, or if I cook with rice, or if I have noodles in the house and I know they're there, I have to eat them. I have to cook them, I have to eat them. If I have cheese in the house, oh god, I eat cheese. I keep these things away from me because I know I can't have them. I can have them occasionally, but I can't have them sitting in the house. So, point is, if I make good choices, lean proteins, flavorful foods, lots of vegetables, which I already eat a lot of vegetables, but if I can continue on this path of like sustainable things that satiate me, that are good for me, and as long as also track everything, which I've heard is some people tracking works for me if I do it. Now, tracking doesn't work for other people because sometimes they don't want to do it in some cases. Other times people feel that it could lead them to having like an eating disorder situation, which is not my case. I need to know. I literally need to know. I started 2 weeks ago saying I have to weigh myself every single fucking day to hold myself accountable. Have to. Like, I have to do this because I'll be honest with you, if I'm like weighing myself and then I miss a day and then I'm like, oh, that's fine, and I miss a couple more days and I'm like, oh, it's fine, totally fine. I'm still like tracking my stuff, not really tracking it fully, and oh, I'm totally okay. And then like, 3 weeks has gone by, have weighed myself in 3 weeks. Get on the scale. Ooh. So the act of tracking or weighing myself every morning has helped be conscious of where I'm at. And if you're going to do that, you have to understand that it's going to fluctuate, and you have to be okay with that, and you have to think about the long term, because if you're hitting your calorie goal for the day, you will lose weight. Like, you will. It's going to be slow, but it should be consistent, and it will work. Now, there may be some modifications that you have to do to your calorie intake, but that will work. So you have to stay mindful of that, because there is going to be fluctuation. You can't let that get down on you. Same thing. I know that still happens. But anyways, tracking. I have to track. Track my food, track my weight. Be aware of it. Don't lose sight on your income, calorically, and your goals. Keep track of them. So I said that to myself, and I've been doing it, and it's been working, sort of, in that I've been weighing myself every day, and I've been making a point to make sure that I track. Oh my god, I'm not getting enough sleep. I keep saying it. I have not been getting enough sleep. I'm tracking everything that I'm eating. I know by the end of the day what I've consumed. I know by the end of the week what I've consumed. I tracked this weekend And it was not good. But it's all in the books. It's there. It's accounted for. My goal weight would be 250 pounds. I have not been under 300 pounds. Had to have been middle school, maybe. Like must have been between 6th and 7th grade when I got up that far. Like, I don't know, maybe when I was in football, I might have been less. 'Cause I was still big, but I was fucking more active. But then it has been a very long time. I don't know what I would be like at that weight because I think I would feel like a fucking god. Obviously an old aging god who's got joint problems and is fat and shit. But like, I would feel so much better having over 100 and, well, that'd be 100 and, wow, 130 pounds. Lose 130 pounds. That's a lot of fucking weight. Um, that's my goal. I want to live. I'm sick of this. And it's not that I don't love myself. I love who the fuck I am. I think people that know me like me. So it's not a matter of I don't need to feel gain a better sense of self-worth with this because I like who I am. I feel like I'm an intelligent, funny, charismatic person, passionate, all that shit. Like fucking like talking to people. I like having relationships and keeping those relationships. They're very important to me. I enjoy learning. I enjoy experiencing. I enjoy life. Like, I'm happy with me. I'm not happy with me physically. I'm not happy how I feel physically. I just got over being injured for a month and a half from my foot that I fucked up somehow that I don't know how I fucked up. Probably because I'm too fat and I just stress fractured something or something. That was sucky. And now I've gotten myself off of working out because of that injury. And now I need to get myself back into that because I haven't ridden my bike in over a month. Jesus Christ, month and a half. I need to do that because that's one of the keys to how I've felt as good as I have, as long as I have, is that I've always been working out. Well, since I was in my like mid-20s. So like that's essential. So whatever. This is a very long thing that's not going to go anywhere. Unless I put it on. I might put this on my personal YouTube channel just for fuck of it. But the whole point of me talking about this is the fact that I'm laying here watching television or YouTube, getting away from my desk for a bit, considering going to bed this fucking early because I've been sleeping like dog shit. Thanks Threads. Threads is it's a thing. It's a bad app. And I'm hungry, but I'm not. I've eaten over my calorie goal for the day, like I said, but I'm still under my maintenance level, so I'm okay. But I'm sitting here thinking I'm hungry. I'm not hungry. I know I'm not hungry, but I'm like, there's chips. There's cooked up chicken breasts. There's egg whites. Little oyster crackers. You can put some seasoning on. There's stuff to eat, but I don't need to eat it. I'm not actually hungry. And my goal is to not do that. So keep that in mind. There's Prue. So that's that. That's where my head's at. I'd like to share this with people, but I don't know if there'd be any real reason to, because it just feels like it's too personal. Whatever. When have I given a shit? I've never given a shit, really.